Yeah, my name is Brandon Papazian. I'm 20 years old. I go to college at Colorado State University, and I'm currently studying civil engineering with a minor in math.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. So you give us like the description.
Yeah.
What makes you who you are? A little bit about.
I grew up playing sports. I guess you could say sports is like my main go-to. I was always active. My parents let me do whatever I wanted with sports. They said try every sport you wanted, so I played them all. I played baseball, soccer, football, hockey, basketball, you name it, I did it. So, but as I went on towards high school, I mainly stuck to soccer and football. Football being my main sport, and that's the one I really had a true passion about. So, played football and soccer all through high school, and then when I was done, I got accepted to Colorado State University, and then I've been attending there ever since. I'm in my sophomore year, going on second semester, and I'm loving it. It's awesome up there. I live up there most of the year now, but I come back for breaks. Like right now, I'm here for Christmas break and stuff. But it's awesome. It's really cool.
Are you doing sports there right now?
No, I just do CrossFit there, and then I do CrossFit here as well when I come back. But I mainly when I really got deep into CrossFit, I started out there. Kayla and Carol were always like, do CrossFit, Marcos, do CrossFit. And I always kind of shunned it because, during football, it was all about just getting big. And there's I don't know why, but there's a real weird stigmatism over CrossFit. I don't know, people don't like CrossFit, I guess. But so they really pushed me to try it. And then I started to do a little bit when I was here, but then I didn't. And then my freshman year, I didn't really do much. And then over summer, before I went into my sophomore year at college, I really started to get into it. And then definitely when I went back to school, I found a CrossFit gym out there, and then I've been doing it ever since, and I love it. Absolutely love it.
Good. So you mentioned right now that you were doing sports, especially football, right? Football, the focus is on getting big.
Yes. Yeah.
Does being big necessarily mean that you were in shape?
No, not at all. The craziest thing to me was, about even just 6 months ago, when I was a big guy, I thought I looked good. I told myself, you look really good and stuff, but now that I look back, it's surprising. It's a whole different person. But back when I was in high school and stuff, we always had a little motto. It was you eat big to get big. So we just eat and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and we'd always go out to In-N-Out and that kind of stuff. And we just ate a lot of food.
Yeah.
Hoping to get bigger size. And I was a big guy. I had a lot of size. I was really strong and stuff, but fit was not really in any form of my vocabulary at all.
Gotcha. Is that because we want to know how did the program actually worked? You're the living example of that.
Yeah, it definitely worked.
But how did you get started with it? How did you come into the program?
So Kayla and Carol and Mark and everyone in their family. Obviously I started dating Kayla a little over 2 years ago, and ever since we started dating, at first she was a vegetarian, so she was always eating vegetarian food. But I knew that Carol and Mark were all into CrossFit, and they were all into really eating well. They all always ate super, super good. And but it didn't really affect me at all at the time. They had talked about it with me and CrossFit and stuff. They had talked with me about that kind of stuff, and I just never really found an interest in it. It just wasn't my thing. I was just kind of doing my own thing. And then as time went on, they started kind of pushing on me more and more because I was becoming kind of more part of their family. They were trying to influence their lifestyle on me a little bit, So they're like, you should try the plan. You should try CrossFit. And I was just like, no, I don't want to do any of that. I just want to stick to my own stuff. I want to be big. I want to be strong. I want to be big. If I do CrossFit, if I eat good and all that stuff, I'm gonna get small. I'm not gonna be big and strong anymore. But sure enough, when I went to college, actually, I worked out a little bit, but then I just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
And then the freshman 15 is actually a curse. I probably gained 20 pounds. In college, just eating dining hall food and stuff, but not even knowing it. It didn't even really occur to me that much, just because, I didn't really pay that much attention to it. But then, after my complete freshman year of college and going into summer, I started going to the beach and going to the lake, and I realized I was, I'm getting, pretty big, not a good big, you know what I mean? I was getting, chunky and stuff, and it kind of scared me, And they kept saying, try the plan. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and try it out. And
so one thing, you mentioned some really good points here.
Yeah.
Part of what you're saying, the diners and going to and starting to feel chunky, eating habits. Can you tell us a little bit more about eating habits you had before doing the
Before,
program?
I just kind of eat it. I ate when I was hungry. That was it. And it was one of those things where, especially in college, you ate as like a social thing too. Like, you know, you want to hang out with friends and stuff. Let's go get some food. You know, let's go here. Because I mean, where I live in Colorado, they have some amazing food places, like incredible food places. So we're always like, hey,
What type of food?
like pizza. They have this one place called Crazy Carl's. They have, by far, I'll die I'll die saying they have the best pizza on this earth. But you know, like pizza, wings, all that kind, just really junky food. Like it's not even like moderation. Like you know, Chipotle is like bad, but it's not like, you know, you can have it and it'll be okay. But like we were eating like bad food all the time. Like, hey, you guys want to hang out? Let's go get some wings. You guys want to hang out? Let's go get some pizza. That kind of thing. So it became not only a social thing, but like whenever I was just like, it almost got to the point where like when I was bored and I had nothing to do, I'd just like go get food because, especially at the college, they had dining halls that we had access to 24/7. So, and they were right down the street, so you just walk there and eat whatever you want. So I was just eating constantly, eating whatever I wanted and whenever I wanted, and it showed majorly.
That's thank you for mentioning that. Several of us, right, we've gone to college, we know the experience. Yourself, you're an example of a student, right?
Yeah.
Who can go through a program like this and see a transformation like you have.
Definitely.
Living out of state with your family, right? You're an athlete, you're doing meal prep. Is all this kind of difficult for you?
It was at first until I kind of got used to it. So when I started the Carol's meal plan, I started it here when I was home for summer. So that was easy because I had my parents to help me out, and you know, they'd go buy the food for me, pretty much cook it for me too, and then I just, you know, I just prepped it into my little containers and stuff, and then just ate it. But when I got to college is when it got a little difficult. But then it was only difficult at first because I wasn't used to it. You know, I wasn't used to going to the grocery and buying my own food, and I wasn't used to, you know, making my own food and prepping my own food. But then once I got used to that, I mean, I'm sure most people that are, you know, above my age can cook their own food and they know how to grocery shop and stuff. But once I got past that, it was a breeze, so easy, especially in college, because when I had all my meals prepped, you know, I'd have class from, I don't know, 9 to 2 or 3. I just grab my meals, put them in a lunch pail, and go. I never had to think about it.
Yeah.
It was never a thought. The only thought about food was, okay, you know, it's 10 o'clock. That's my eating time. I got to eat this, and then that's it. And then a couple hours later, oh, it's this time. Got to eat this, and that's it. So that's what makes it really easy too, is because, you know, a lot of times, like if you're not on a plan or anything like that, you get hungry and stuff. You're like, what do I want to eat? And you know.
So what benefits did you notice that others might be able to also?
As far as
eating food, like as an example.
Like easily, you know, like easy access.
Having access to them, saving money.
Yeah. Okay. Well, definitely, eating out is so expensive, and it came to bite me in the butt too. So.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I would want to, like when I came home for vacation stuff, I would want to do things, but I wouldn't have money to do them because I was always out eating so much, you know? Like I said, back to the thing about it being like a social aspect. We'd all go out and just eat and hang out and go eat food somewhere. So saving money, definitely. When you meal prep, you go and you just, let me think. It saves money because you don't have to constantly, like, restaurants are really expensive. You don't always have to, and I was always going out and spending food at the restaurants. So, you know,
a beer and there's
$15 here, $20 here. It adds up really quick. Whereas when you're on a meal plan, you spend your money on food for the week. And usually once you start to do it more and more, you know, like what money you spend. So like for me, I usually know like per week I'm spending, you know, this amount of money. So I can plan that out as well, like for like later things if I need to save for something or whatever.
Yeah, you mind giving us an estimate?
For me, it's usually around about $140, $145.
Versus the equivalent of maybe 500 if you're at a restaurant.
Yeah. It's
every day.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, and it makes it easy too, like you said. Once you get your food and you prep it, and you have it, you know, all prepped for the week. Everyone's busy. Everyone has jobs. They have school. They have sports. They have other outside activities that they're doing. But once it's prepped, you know. If you know you're going to be out for 6 hours, you just grab, you know, 2-3 meals that you need, and then just go, and then you eat them when necessary. As opposed to like, you know, if you're not doing that, you got to go find a place to eat and sit down and wait for a waiter and eat that. Or if you're at home, then you have to cook the food. You know, take the time to cook the food. Whereas it's just easy. You just pull out your meal and eat it, and go on with whatever else you were doing.
Yeah. So thank you for mentioning that. Go on doing whatever else you were doing. That kind of leads us into this next segment, right? You're saving time, which allows you to live the life you really want to live.
Yeah.
So, you mind sharing a little bit of some of the overall impact the program has had on your life?
Yeah,
The benefits that you've
Definitely.
noticed.
Well, for one, I've been doing a lot of CrossFit, and I'm loving it. But at first, it was really hard due to the fact that I was out of shape and I wasn't eating well. I would get tired really fast, out of breath. I wasn't able to do a lot of things. I was a really strong guy. I've always been a pretty strong guy, so I didn't have problems there. But the thing about CrossFit is there's a little bit of everything in it. So you got gymnastics, you have running and cardio and that kind of stuff, body weight kind of stuff. I was terrible at, and that had a lot to do because I worked out. I did, but it had a lot to do with what I was eating. So once I started eating good and clean on the plan, my workouts became more smooth. I didn't get as tired, and I was able to. My engine was able to, I was able to, chip away at workouts and stuff like that. My energy was high. I wasn't really tired, and if everything felt good. You overall, you just feel really, really good. Yeah, and you look good too, which is definitely a confidence booster.
Yeah, on that note, looking good, what physique change have you noticed? Or do you mind giving us some details of
Yeah.
what
Well, so I started in, I want to say June of 2016 I started, and within the first week I lost, I want to say 5 pounds in the first week, I want to say. And then after the 2-month plan, I lost a total of 30 pounds. And then I continued it on my own, just with the tools that Carol gave me, the tips, all the what to eat, what not to eat, when, all that kind of stuff. I carried it on by myself, and I ended up losing another 10 pounds. So in total, I've lost about 35 pounds. I went from weighing 235 to on average weighing about 196 pounds. And a big thing too was I lost a lot of I kept my size, which was really cool, which is what I liked about the plan, because like I said earlier, the one thing I didn't want to lose was my size and my strength. That was so big to me, and that's why I didn't want to try the plan, and that's why I didn't want to try CrossFit. Was because I was like, man, I don't want to. I mean, that's what I've always prided myself on is being big and strong. So what was so awesome about it was I lost so much fat is what it was. I lost fat and I kept my muscle, and I actually built on that. So if you look at a picture of me back then and a picture of me now, I'm pretty much the same size, but my stomach is flat. You can see my ab definition. My arms have a lot more definition. My face was it was chunky. It's a lot thinner. You can see my chin bone and stuff like that. So, and then on top of that, everything with my gymnastics and my cardio has gone through the roof compared to where I was at.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest thing was I kept my size and my strength, but overall I cut all my fat away, cut down, trimmed up, and it's been awesome.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
because no doubt you've seen the personal benefits.
Yeah.
Now something we'd like to know is, have you been able to influence others?
Yeah, I actually have, definitely.
Any stories or anything?
Yeah. So one of my buddies, Hayden,
Yeah.
our families are really close. We have been since I was like kindergarten or first grade. We go on family trips about once a year, and Hayden is like one of my best friends. So actually, when I was still on the plan, like on the 2-month plan, we were going to Hawaii, and my parents were telling me like, oh, like, you don't need to do the plan. Like, you could take this week off. You've been working really hard. You could take this week off and just, you can eat like moderately there, whatever. And I was like, no, like I'm doing the plan while we're on vacation. And they thought I was crazy, but that's another thing. It's so easy to do. You really can. So we went to Hawaii, and we went to Costco in Hawaii. We had a little condo that we rented for the week. Went to Costco, prepped all the food the first day we were there, and then I ended up eating it throughout the week. But anyways, back to the story. My buddy Hayden, he was there on the trip with us, and he saw that even though I wasn't done with the plan, he saw the immense amount of change that my body and my physique had shown. And I guess he was telling his parents, like, I want to be like that. Like, I want a body like Brandon. I want to do what he's doing to look how he is and feel how he's feeling. Because, I mean, I was a lot more confident in myself too, so it probably showed, I'm guessing. And then after that, a couple months later, he ended up doing the plan, and I guess he was one of the guys that lost a lot of weight with Carol. He was one of the guys that and I think he lost 25 pounds, and it looks, again, just like me, completely different person. And it's awesome. And then same with my cousin Cody. He started his like a journey on his own kind of, but it wasn't with eating, it was with working out. So he was a bigger guy. He weighed about 250 pounds, and he dropped a lot of weight just by working out constantly. But then, so he dropped to maybe, I want to say maybe 210, somewhere around there, like around the low 200s. But then he wanted to take the next step and get, basically the finishing touch.
Yeah.
Get that really good muscle tone, lose all his fat. And so I sent him to Carol, and sure enough, he did great with them too. And now even my own family, my mom, saw what happened to me, saw what happened to my cousin Cody, saw what happened to Hayden, and she did her own little challenge at her work actually. And then Carol helped them out, sent them a couple plans, and now my family, they've changed their lifestyle with food and stuff. My mom, then that went down to my dad, and then now my brother is even like, hey, I want some help with how I'm eating and stuff like that. So it's really, it's wild, what food could do and what Carol's done for me, and then all the people that I love and that I've affected. So it's awesome.
Yeah. What are you, for someone maybe new to Carol and Mark and their work, what is it about Carol that made you believe in her and her program? Yeah,
I think credibility is one of the best things. She really knows what she's talking about, and it shows. Like if you went to her not knowing her at all and said, hey, I heard you have this eating plan and it works, I want to see proof, she could probably pull out 100, 200 people that she could say, here, look right here. There's so many people that it just works. I don't think I've ever seen someone that has actually gone to her and tried her plan or her challenges and they haven't lost weight, or they haven't got a little more cut, or even gain weight if they wanted to do that. Whatever they wanted to do and they came to her to do it, there's yet to be a time that I've seen it work. So I think credibility is a big thing. She knows what she's talking about. It works, and there's plenty of people that can tell you it works. And she's trustworthy, and she's really persistent. When I was on the plan, she was always texting me, what's going on, how you doing, are you hungry, do you need more food, this and that. So she's really built a solid program, and great lady. She's super nice, super helpful, and it's always been a pleasure to work with her through this program. And she's by far changed my life. Definitely.
No,
100%.
About it,
Yeah, no doubt.
So if someone's starting the journey, maybe an athlete, what words can you give to them? Encouragement or something?
Yeah, it's everything that is worth anything, in my opinion, is going to be hard at first. It was definitely hard the first couple weeks because I was so used to just eating like crap. So I craved a lot of different foods, and I'd be like, man, like, would it really matter that much if I like cheated right now? Like, would anyone really know if I just took an extra cheat meal or something? But it does, So I think athletes especially, they have drive, and they have, people that can go to a practice every single day for weeks and go to games and, really push themselves to be better can definitely benefit from the program. Anyone that says to themselves, like, I want change, I think that right there is enough to be able to do it, because her plan is so easy. There's not really much work for the person to do except for stick with the plan. She gives you the supplies, she gives you the shopping list. All you have to do is cook your food, prep it, and eat it. It's such a simple plan. And even if people don't work out and they do the eating plan, it'll work. It's that like beneficial,
Great. Well, Brandon, thank you so much. Anything else that you want to say that?
If you're looking to try Carol's plan, I definitely 100% suggest that you do. I continue to do it in my life, and it has trickled down to a bunch of people in my life, and I'm sure it'll trickle down more and more. It's changed me completely, like 360. I've gone from someone who is just okay with their body and not really that confident in my workouts, that kind of thing, to someone who is more energized, more enthusiastic, and I'm looking really good and I'm confident. So I know it works. I've seen it work with plenty of people. So if you're really looking for change. If you want to lose weight, if you want to get cut, if you want to gain weight, muscle, that kind of thing, I definitely suggest going through Carol's plan and making it happen.